Hi guys, it's Liv here. I'm just going to do a video on double standards. Most of them that I found are against men, which somehow shocked me but didn't shock many others. So I'm going to start off with some against men. So Laura Bassett was an English football player, and in the World Cup she caused England to be kicked out because she kicked the ball into her own goal thingy, and so she scored her own goal, which then caused England to be kicked out of the World Cup and Japan to win a goal. Whereas when someone called Andreas Escobar, I'm not too sure, did this, he was murdered. That's just one extreme example of double standards against men. Whereas that, like, there are little things like that women complain when men leave the toilet seat up, but men don't complain when the women leave the toilet seat down. But and some things that women take for granted, like they have the choice of abortion, adoption, dropping an unwanted baby off at a hospital, raising the baby with or without a father, but men can only agree, even though it's their baby too. They created the baby, so they should surely have some rights, right? No, apparently not. Apparently that when women hit men, it's fine and they get laughed at and it's okay. It's really not. But when men hit women, it's illegal. They get arrested. And we have a Violence Against Women Act, but not a Violence Against Men Act. Now tell me how that's fair. Now this one's just a little bit targeting against women who dress in makeup and short skirts. Makeup. And low-cut blouses. So why do women dress in makeup, short skirts and low-cut blouses, but complain when they're wolf whistled or stared at? If you don't want the attention, don't dress like you want the attention. Because if you dress like you want the attention, you're gonna get the attention of. But then there's also one that really shocked me to my core, was that why do we pretend that men are the ones that abuse children when it's a well-known fact that women abuse children more than men? To put it into context, women are often given the custody of children more often than men are. But if women are the ones abusing them, why does that happen? Because that can't be right. There is another one, like women often have a divorce, and that 80% of divorces are initiated by some women. So if being a single mother was really that bad, you wouldn't have initiated it. But 80% of women have done. So it can't really be that bad, can it? I grew up in a home with only one mum, so it wasn't that bad. Like, geez. And here's a shocking fact. 8 to 10 times more divorced men are going to commit suicide than women. How is that fair? How are these things fair? Explain to me why there are so many feminazis and feminists, but there aren't, so many menists or menonazis or what you want to call them, when they're the ones getting targeted. Yes, women, in some places women do earn less, and in some places women still can't drive or vote. But given some of these, it's not fair. So there is many ones about rape. So a boy who was 17 years old was sentenced to 40 years in prison for having sex with his girlfriend, who was 14 years old. He was 17. Whereas a 17-year-old girl who had sex with her 14-year-old boyfriend was sentenced to 9 months. Not years, months. That's not right. It's the same thing, just with different sexes. And to put it into perspective, when a woman sits at a park, it's a mum. But when a man sits at a park, he's a child molester. Even though, as we found out, women are often the abusers more than men. So still explain to me how this is fair, because this is shocking me quite clearly. And it's ridiculous. If a woman gets raped, it's rape. But if a man gets raped, it's sexual abuse and it's less of a severe sentence. And a man can never actually technically be raped by a woman. But if a man ties a woman up, it's rape. But if a woman ties a man up, she's just plain kinky. That's not right. That's completely utterly bonkers. Like, I can see why men are getting a bit annoyed now with feminists. Like, whoa. But the main argument for women is always, oh, if a boy sleeps with all these guys, he's a player or a king. But when a woman, and he gets praised for it, but when a woman does it, she's sexually promiscuous. That's not fair, but it's not nearly as bad as half the other ones that I've just read out. And then there's a pressure on women to not be overweight or to not look fat. This is the societal pressure. Ooh, societal pressure. That's not actually that bad. Compared to everything else, it's not that bad. And when women are being blunt about things, they're being bossy. Bossy. You're bossy. Ooh, wow, you're bossy. Brilliant. And that matters because you're being called bossy, love. It's not going to kill you. And you're overreacting and going, oh, men are so awful, I hate men so much. No, you're being called bossy because you're being blunt about things. It's not really that bad when you think about it. And it's like, but then there's a massive one that the biggest insult that someone can receive is being a woman in various different forms that I'm not going to state. But the ways are like how men are called different names. So the biggest insult they could be called is a woman's vagina, basically. And the biggest insult that a man can be called, and the biggest insult that a woman can be called, is the same thing. It's like, compared to all the ones against men, that isn't exactly the harshest thing in the world, is it now? There are so many double standards against men that most women don't even know about, and they're sat there going, I'm a feminist, I'm a feminist, I'm a feminist. Calm yourself down. Men are going through the same thing, and sometimes even worse things. Women are often given custody of children when they're the ones abusing them, and men aren't. There are so many things in this law and world that need to be changed. If a woman forces herself upon a man, it should surely be rape. And there should surely be a Violence Against the Men Act, rather than just a Violence Against Women Act. It's not fair on the men. It's sometimes not even fair on the women. I'm a woman, quite clearly. And I don't think that's even fair on men. It's harsh and ridiculous and stupid. Women are always complaining, oh, I'm a single mother, and don't initiate a divorce. 80% of women initiate divorces. Yes, okay, I get that it's not that big. That's a massive statistic when you think about how many people are actually married and how many people are actually getting divorced. It's a massive statistic. And for then the men to be blamed for half of it? Wrong. Why is it illegal for a man to hit a woman, but when a woman hits a man, the man gets laughed at? Why is it legal for a woman to force herself on a man? The law is a confusing aspect of life. It's also an annoying one. And it's getting to the point now where I'm getting annoyed. I don't think that's fair at all in any way, shape or form. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to think the double standards against men are awful and that there should be men's rights. I believe in equal rights, but right now I'm more leaning towards men. They've got the most double standards that I've seen. So don't sit there going, oh, double standards against women, she's probably going to talk about sexually promiscuous behaviour. That's all she's going to do. Because that's not what it's entirely about. It's about men hitting women and getting arrested for it when women aren't even getting told off. Thank you. So if you enjoyed this video, comment, like and subscribe, and comment any kind of more videos you'd like to see. Thank you.